Pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Rideout. I'm the exploration manager for Argentina Lithium and Energy. My background, I'm an exploration geophysicist. Our focus, oh, hang on a sec. I'll be making forward-looking statements. Our focus is exploring concentrated lithium brines in the Lithium Triangle, which I'm showing here. You'll see that we have 4 project areas located in northwest Argentina. The Lithium Triangle also includes parts of Bolivia and parts of Chile, and as Rob alluded, these are not all the same. In our opinion, the best investment destination for lithium brines is Argentina, because the brine assets in Argentina are managed the same way any other mining asset would be managed. You take your project into production and you're responsible for paying a 3% net smelter royalty to the province. In contrast, if you're trying to develop a project in Bolivia, there's a great deal of political and social weight that you need to persuade to get your project to go ahead. And in Chile, lithium has been a strategic asset, or it's a strategic mineral in Chile for more than 10 years now. They've changed the regulations in Chile several times over. Basically, to get a project to go ahead now, you have to partner with the Chilean government. And if you don't do that, you can't take your project ahead. The upshot is what we see in terms of property values. Lithium properties in Argentina are produce much greater value for investors than in these other 2 countries. Fairly recent news for us. We announced at the end of August that Stellantis had invested $90 million with our company. If you're not familiar with the name, Stellantis is Chrysler, Fiat, and Peugeot. And they're interested in securing their lithium supply line. They're also investing in other commodities. For instance, Rob McEwen mentioned yesterday that Stellantis had come in on the Los Azules copper porphyry project in Argentina. That was about 6 months ago and predates our arrangement with Stellantis. So Stellantis has invested $90 million US in return and have received 19.9% of our local asset subsidiary in Argentina, convertible to shares in our company. When they convert to stock in our company, they will get a voting board member on our board of directors. What they see then is, well, they've done their due diligence on our projects. I've gone to the projects with all their engineers, reviewed everything. They want us to take our projects through, well, to pre-feasibility and then production stages as quickly as possible. We're funded to get our 2 leading projects through to pre-feasibility, which we anticipate we can do within the next 3 years. Our management group is the Grosso Group. It's a Vancouver-based resource management team which manage 3 companies. There's a base metal and precious metal company, Golden Arrow Resources, Blue Sky Uranium, and our company. And we're all focused in Argentina. Over the last 30 years, we have found, or the Grosso Group have found 4 world-class deposits in Argentina. 2 of these deposits are actually in production. Having the backing of the Grosso Group means that we have a depth of experience in Argentina and how to take projects from an exploration, well, from a discovery stage all the way through to a production stage. That's our management team, and Joe Grosso on the top left. So he's been elemental in our management group since the 1990s. He won Mining Man of the Year in Argentina a number of years ago, and he's still involved with our group. I won't dwell too much on the lithium market. We've come, as an industry, we've come a fair way in terms of production and commodity price. There's a long way to go, and I would say, regardless of what might be happening this week or this year in the lithium production and sales prices, if you look at the legislation in North America and in Europe, by about 2030, we need to see a broad swing of car sales into the electric vehicle market. It's being legislated, and so it's coming. And so this is going to be a huge revolution in the automotive industry, and it's this which have inspired Stellantis, for instance, to invest in our company to secure their supply lines for lithium. These automotive producers have huge requirements for lithium in the coming years. Here's a quick look at our project map. So on the right-hand side, you'll see the blue shaded areas are the lithium salars in northwestern Argentina. Our projects are in Salta province to the north and Catamarca province to the south. Both of these are pro-mining provinces with operating mines. And our properties are the red outlines. And this map's rather small, it's hard to see them all. I'll point out, if you can see my laser, in the northern part of the map is the Ringcon Salar. We have properties on the west side and north side, and announced today also on the east side of that salar. And the central property on Ringcon is a large asset owned by Rio Tinto Mining. Our exploration objective at Ringcon is drilling out our properties and demonstrating that we have the same grade of lithium brines on our projects that Rio Tinto has, and then announcing those resources, producing pre-feasibility plan, and presenting a plan to take that resource into production. Then a somewhat similar scenario is the Antofalla Salar, that long blue basin that I'm showing with the laser is Antofalla. It's about 150 kilometers north-south, and it's about 7 to 10 kilometers east-west. The central 60 kilometers of Antofalla is held by Albemarle Corporation, the world's second largest lithium producer. When they purchased that asset, it had a non-compliant resource drilled out that was approximately 11 million tons of lithium carbonate equivalent with an average grade of approximately 400 milligram per liter lithium. Albemarle is convinced it's the largest lithium resource in Argentina, and I think they're likely to be right. Our property extends from the northern edge of Albemarle, and we follow the salar for 27 kilometers to the north. It's undrilled right now. We have some geophysics in hand, which demonstrates that our part of the salar extends to at least 500 meters depth. And we're in permitting right now, and hopefully early in the new year, we'll be mobilizing our drills, getting ready to drill that property out. And then we have two other assets. These would be future projects to explore. We've picked up, let me just see, about 25% of the Pocitos Salar. It's in Salta province. Pocitos, let me see, all historic drilling on Pocitos produces lithium values, but probably it's a lower grade basin with grades between about 100 to 150 milligram per liter lithium. Our view is that while we're not intensively exploring Pocitos now, it's a good time to pick up projects, and this will, once we finish developing our two initial projects, we will move our exploration teams on to Pocitos, explore the area, drill out a resource, and we would anticipate that we can produce a large tonnage, lower grade resource suitable for direct lithium extraction. And then in the southern part of this map, this is the Incasi Salar in Catamarca. There's a much smaller salar in Salta with the same name, Incasi. They're unrelated salars. Anyway, we have all of the Incasi Salar in Catamarca. We have 4 exploration wells drilled on the property, producing an average grade of 109 milligram per liter lithium. It's, again, a second-tier project for us. After we've finished our first-tier projects, we'll move exploration crews onto Incasi with the objective of defining a large tonnage, low-grade resource. Those types of resources might be things that we could potentially partner with technology providers or mining companies in future I expect that our own production development will be focused on the two projects that I mentioned first. So I'll just do a closer look at our main projects now. So this is the first project I mentioned, the one that was in the northern part of that previous map. The green shaded areas are our properties. And what you don't see on this map is what we announced this morning. We've just announced another claim block on the east side of the Salar. It's 1,500 hectares adjacent to the Argosy Minerals project on that margin of the basin. We've been drilling out the Ringcon West over the last 18 months. That drilling has demonstrated that we do have the same grades of lithium brines that Rio Tinto has. Let me just show you what that looks like a little bit. Here you can see, if you recall from that map, we're on the west side of the basin. So we're on a sandy plain, or a sandy sediment basin adjacent to the salt flat. And our exploration model was that the same brines that occur on the salt flat extend underneath this sandy area. Our geophysics demonstrated that, and now we've proved that. We're just completing our 11th drill hole in this area. And let me see. Well, here's some of our geophysics. The yellow shaded area is where the geophysics indicated that we have conductive brine aquifer. So it's over more than 65% of our property area. And you can see with this imaging that we're doing, we can actually see where the top of the brines are. In many places, we can see the bottom of the brines, and we can see geologic structure, which helps us with our drill targeting. We have comprehensive coverage on this property, and in fact, our exploration model will be completing geophysics as the first step in all of our exploration development. It provides a tremendous assistance as we're targeting our drilling. And then the circles you can see on that map are the drill holes. There they are, and some of our key results. Typically what we're seeing is, say, 50 meters of dry sediment on the top of our holes. Then we get into about a 50-meter layer of fresh water, and then the concentrated lithium brines are substantially denser. They're about 20% denser than water, and they tend to occur below that. So from about 100 meters depth down, we're into these concentrated brines with grades ranging from approximately 250 up to 400 milligram per liter lithium. And we're working on our resource calculation with this work. We're continuing to drill out on this inverted L. So there's 3 more holes to go out there. And then we're going to move the drill rig up to the northern property, which you don't see on this map. And I would expect that there'll be another 8 diamond drill holes on that northern property. And then we'll be looking at exploring the property that we announced this morning out on the east side of the basin. Anyway, the takeaway here is it's an easy environment to work. It's year-round access. We're close to infrastructure, which favorably impacts all our operating costs from every stage of our development. And we have, we're headed towards a large resource with grades very similar to what Rio Tinto has. Moving about 130 kilometers to the south, we are now on the border between Salta province, which is the northern province, and Catamarca province to the south. You can see the border between those two provinces is that horizontal line. The green shaded areas are our projects. That faint black outline that you see on the bottom of the map is the northern part of Albemarle Corporation's project. And our property extends from their northern border for 27 kilometers to the north. This area is undrilled. Our geophysics demonstrates that this part of the Salar extends to 500 meters depth. We're just completing permitting and looking forward to getting our exploration rigs out there in the new year. I would expect that to drill this property out will require approximately 30 exploration holes. I imagine that we'll be running 2 diamond rigs and then bringing a rotary rig in as well. And that looks like at least 18 months of work to get that drilling completed. And then we'll take this through to resource and pre-feasibility. I'll point out this is a slightly lower project area. This is about 3,400 meters elevation. Year-round access again. It's an easy area to work. You can drive to our project in a two-wheel drive car. And then I'll just quickly touch on the two second stage tiers, that projects that I explained previously. This is the Pocito Solar in Salta province. So what we're hoping to do here is produce a large tonnage, lower grade resource. For an idea of scale, that solar is about 60 kilometers north-south and about 20 kilometers east-west, and we have about 25% of that project. And then with a similar objective, we're down in Catamarca province now. This is the Incasi Basin. We have 100% of the Incasi Solar in Catamarca. Again, this is about 25,000 hectares that we hold. And when we bring our exploration crews in here, after we complete our primary projects, we expect to define a large tonnage, lower grade resource. Here's our work program for the next 12 months. Actually, time keeps moving forward, but we're focused on drilling on Ringcon. We'll complete our permitting for Antofalla North, and then we'll bring the geophysics and the drills in on Antofalla North. And for the two second-tier project areas, Pocitos and Incasi, the current plans for exploration are just focused on geophysical surveys. They're fast to accomplish. They give us an initial indication of what we might have, and they're inexpensive. Here is what our share structure looks like. So we have about, I can't read it from here, but I think it's about, let me just take oh, there it is. 130 million shares outstanding, fully diluted 213 million shares. I'll point out that this doesn't include the shares that would be issued to Stellantis when they convert to stock in our company. That would represent about 25 million shares. When they convert, they'll get a voting member on our board of directors. And so you would add about 25 million shares to our share offering here. And I'll point out, if you haven't done the math yet, when Stellantis invested in our company, they invested at a very high premium to the market rate. So at that time, we were trading about 28 or 30 cents, and they came in with a valuation that was close to $3 per share when they invested. Very favorable for us. They're going to be a good partner going forward, and I expect that investment was a transformative event for our company. Now we're invested to take our we're financed to take our two leading projects through to pre-feasibility, and we have a mandate from Stellantis to get our projects into pre-feasibility and production as quickly as we can without overriding concerns about how to finance that work. And it means for our investors, we're not diluting our investors. By the time we finish this work, I imagine that our corporate valuation will be an order of magnitude larger. We're happy to speak with prospective investors. Sean Perger is here at this conference, and if anybody wants more information about our company, they can contact Sean or they can contact me.